Audio to accompany the complete guide to the TOEFL test. PBT edition by Bruce Rogers. Copyright 2011 by Heinley, a part of Cengage Learning. All rights reserved.
Section 1. Listening Comprehension. Sample Listening Comprehension Test. Find the directions for this test in your textbook and read along with them as they are read to you on the tape. This section tests your ability to comprehend spoken English. It is divided into 3 parts, each with its own directions. You are not permitted to turn the page during the reading of the directions or to take notes at any time.
Part A. Directions. Each item in this part consists of a brief conversation involving 2 speakers. Following each conversation, a third voice will ask a question. You will hear the conversations and questions only once, and they will not be written out. When you have heard each conversation and question, read the 4 answer choices and select the one, A, B, C, or D, that best answers the question based on what is directly stated or on what can be inferred. Then fill in the space on your answer sheet that matches the letter of the answer that you have selected. Here is an example. You will hear,
"Do you think I should leave this chair against the wall or put it somewhere else?"
Over by the window, I'd say.
"What does the woman think the man should do?" You will read, A. Open the window. B. Move the chair. C. Leave the room. D. Take a seat. From the conversation, you find out that the woman thinks the man should put the chair over by the window. The best answer to the question, "What does the woman think the man should do?" is B. Move the chair. You should fill in B on your answer sheet. Now let's begin with the first conversation. Number 1.
"I like your new bicycle, Helen."
Thanks, but it isn't new. I had my old one repainted.
What can be said about Helen's bicycle? Number 2.
Will that be cash, check, or charge?
"I'm going to write a check, but I just realized I left my checkbook in my car. I'll be right back."
What will the man probably do next? Number 3.
"I'll never be able to get through all these books on Professor Gray's reading list."
But Mark, not all of them are required.
What does the woman tell Mark? Number 4.
"Was there anything you didn't like about the novel?"
Only that it was too short.
What does the woman imply about the novel? Number 5.
"Should I fill out this form with a pen or a pencil?"
What difference does it make?
What does the woman mean? Number 6.
This new computer software is really easy to use.
"Isn't it, though?"
What does the man mean? Number 7.
You did bring the slide projector, didn't you?
I brought it, but I'm afraid it's out of order.
What is the problem with the slide projector? Number 8.
Your brother called. He wants you to meet him for dinner.
Oh, really? Did he say when?
What does the man want to know? Number 9.
Have you heard from Howard lately?
Funny you should ask. Yesterday, from out of the blue, I got a letter from him.
What does the man say about Howard? Number 10.
If you don't like this studio apartment, I can show you a one-bedroom unit up on the 3rd floor.
All right. This one just doesn't have enough room for me.
How does the man feel about the studio apartment? Number 11.
I think I deserved a higher grade in chemistry class. Does Professor Welch ever change the grades he gives?
Sure, about once a century.
What can be inferred about Professor Welch from this conversation? Number 12.
I wonder how I did on Professor Porter's test.
Oh, she's already posted the grades on her office door.
What does the man say about Professor Porter? Number 13.
I've invited some friends over to watch the game on television. I think I'll go out and get some drinks before they arrive here.
Shouldn't you get some snacks, too?
What does the woman tell the man? Number 14.
I'm going to drop my political science class. It meets too early in the morning for me.
Alan, is that really a good reason to drop the class?
What does the woman imply? Number 15.
I can hardly hear anything from back here. Let's just go home.
Why don't we ask an usher if we can sit closer to the stage?
What does the man suggest? Number 16.
William comes up with some weak excuse or another for just about every mistake he makes, doesn't he?
Wait till you hear his latest.
What do the speakers imply about William? Number 17.
What a beautiful sunset. You should photograph it, Melissa.
If I had some film in my camera, I would.
What does Melissa mean? Number 18.
We should be arriving at the airport in another 10 minutes.
Wait a second. This bus is going to the airport?
What can be inferred about the man? Number 19.
I wonder when the Board of Regents will pick a new dean of students.
Who knows? They're not even scheduled to meet until next month.
What does the woman imply? Number 20.
Are Randy and his friends still going to play cards this evening?
He's setting up the folding card table right now.
What does the woman say about Randy? Number 21.
We should never have listened to Harvey.
If only we'd asked someone else for advice.
What do they mean? Number 22.
All the people in the audience certainly seemed to enjoy the performance.
Well, almost all of them did.
What does the woman mean? Number 23.
How was your room last night?
I slept like a baby, and the rates were quite reasonable.
What are these people probably discussing?
Number 24.
Professor White, a few of us in the back of the room didn't get a copy of your syllabus.
There are 23 names on my class list, so I only brought 23 copies of the syllabus.
What can be inferred from Professor White's remark? Number 25.
We're not far from Mount Pleasant Street. There are some antique stores there that have some wonderful things, and they're fairly cheap.
They have some nice antiques, all right, but I sure wouldn't call them cheap.
What does the man mean? Number 26.
Daniel said that San Diego is a great place to go to a conference.
He should know. He's been there often enough.
What does the man say about Daniel? Number 27.
Have you ever gone for a ride with Charlie?
I sure have. He seems to think he's a race car driver, doesn't he?
What does the woman imply about Charlie? Number 28.
Try a bowl of this soup and see how you like it. It's a new brand.
I'd say it stacks up pretty well against the other kinds.
What does the man mean? Number 29.
Peter is favored to win the tennis match Saturday.
Oh, then that match wasn't canceled after all.
What had the man originally assumed? Number 30.
Adam, do you remember the tools I lent you when you were building those bookshelves last month? I'd like to have them back.
Well, I hate to tell you this, but I can't seem to lay my hands on them.
What does Adam imply?
This is the end of Part A. Go on to Part B. Now read along with the directions for Part B in your textbook as they are read to you on the tape.
Part B. Directions. This part of the test consists of extended conversations between two speakers. After each of these conversations, there are a number of questions. You will hear each conversation and question only once, and the questions are not written out. When you have heard the questions, read the 4 answer choices and select the one, A, B, C, or D, that best answers the question based on what is directly stated or on what can be inferred. Then fill in the space on your answer sheet that matches the letter of the answer that you have selected. Don't forget, during actual exams, taking notes or writing in your test book is not permitted. Now let's begin Part B with the first conversation. Questions 31 to 33. Listen to the following conversation.
Good morning, Diana. What did you want to talk to me about?
Good morning, Professor Lane. I wanted to talk to you about changing my major. You see, I've decided that when I graduate in 3 years, I'd like to work in an art museum. I think I should change my major to art history.
You know, Diana, I think you should give this decision some more thought. You've done well in your year as a business major. Besides, all organizations need good managers, whether they're private companies or nonprofit foundations like museums.
I suppose that's true, but wouldn't I still have to know a lot about art?
Why not take a few elective courses in art history and try working a few hours a week as a volunteer at the local art museum? See if you really like working there.
Number 31. What is the probable relationship between these two speakers? Number 32. When does Diana hope to begin working at a museum? Number 33. What does the man advise Diana to do? Questions 34 to 37. Listen to a conversation between two students.
Gloria, hello. You're not looking too happy. What's the matter? Have you been studying too much?
Oh, hi. No, that's not it. The problem is that I was planning to go home over spring break, but my travel agent just told me all the airlines are fully booked that week.
Why not go by car?
It's too long a trip to take by myself, and gasoline is so expensive.
Have you checked the ride board? Maybe you can get a rider to go with you.
The ride board? What's that?
It's a bulletin board that has a map of the United States on it. The map is divided into different regions, and each region has a different number. Say you want to go to New England. That would be box number 1. There are boxes for each number. You can put a white card or a blue card in one of the boxes.
What's the difference between a blue card and a white one?
Blue means you have a car and need riders to share the driving. White means that you're looking for a ride.
So I should go look at the white cards to see if anyone needs a ride to where I'm going, right?
Yeah, and fill out a blue card, too.
So where is this ride board?
It's on the 2nd floor of the Student Union building, right by the campus cinema.
Number 34. Why does Gloria look unhappy? Number 35. According to the man, what do the numbers on the boxes at the ride board indicate? Number 36. What does Gloria hope to obtain through the ride board? Number 37. Where is the ride board?
This is the end of Part B. Go on to Part C. Now read along with the directions for Part C in your textbook as they are read to you on the tape. Part C. Directions. This part of the test consists of several talks, each given by a single speaker. After each of these talks, there are a number of questions. You will hear each talk and question only once, and the questions are not written out. When you have heard each question, read the 4 answer choices and select the one, A, B, C, or D, that best answers the question based on what is directly stated or on what can be inferred. Then fill in the space on your answer sheet that matches the letter of the answer that you have selected.
Questions 38 to 42. Listen to a student telling his friends about an experience he had.
I saw something rather unusual late last Sunday night. My roommate Ron and I were driving back here to the university from my parents' house. They live in a small town about 70 miles from here. We'd stopped so that I could drive. Ron was really tired. When all of a sudden the whole sky was lit up. I thought I was seeing a UFO, a real flying saucer. Ron thought maybe it was an airliner going down, or a satellite coming out of orbit. A fireball shot across the sky. It looked almost like fireworks. Then the light disappeared behind the hills. It wasn't until the next morning, when I was listening to the morning news on the radio, that I found out what had happened. Apparently, I'd seen a large meteorite. The light was caused by the heat of friction as the meteor traveled through the atmosphere. Most meteors burn up in the upper atmosphere, according to the announcer, but large ones can hit the ground. This one was unusual in that pieces of it were recovered. They landed in a parking lot about 20 miles from where we were. My mother told me that when she was young, she read a story in a magazine about a meteorite that crashed through the roof of a house and hit a woman sleeping in her bedroom and broke her leg. Anyway, it was an incredible sight, and I'm glad I was lucky enough to see it.
Number 38. What did the man initially believe he had seen? Number 39. Why had the man stopped the car? Number 40. How did the man learn what he had actually seen? Number 41. What happened to the meteor that the man had seen? Number 42. How did the man feel about what he had seen? Questions 43 to 46. Listen to a talk given by a tour guide.
Ladies and gentlemen, the bus will stop next at the Washington Monument, which honors the first President of the United States. The first stone of the monument was laid in 1848, but because of a variety of problems, work was delayed. So it was not until 1884 that the monument was completed. Imagine that! It took 36 years. And then it was another 4 years before it opened to the public. Now, if you like, you can go to the top of the monument. On the way up, you'll have to take the elevator. You can take the elevator down, too, or you can walk, if you don't mind climbing down 898 steps. The monument is made of marble, except for a tiny aluminum tip. Incidentally, before the tip was put on the monument, it was displayed around the country. Some young people jumped over the tip so that later they could truthfully claim that they'd jumped over the top of the Washington Monument. After visiting the Washington Monument, we'll be walking over to the Lincoln Memorial. Watch your step as you get off the bus, please.
Number 43. Where is this talk probably being given? Number 44. How long did it take to build the Washington Monument? Number 45. According to the speaker, what must those people who go to the top of the Washington Monument do? Number 46. According to the speaker, what did some young people do when the tip of the monument was displayed?
Questions 47 to 50. Listen to the following lecture.
Good day, class. Today we're going to continue our discussion of American music with a look at the songs of the frontier period. Nearly everyone who went west, the mountaineers, the miners, the river raftsmen, the railroad workers, had songs to accompany their work. And after work, the men and women of the frontier sang and danced to fiddle tunes or country dances. Some of these songs were new versions of old songs from Europe, while some were completely new. Some of the most popular of these songs were later used as theme songs for political campaigns. Now, we're going to listen to a few of these songs performed much as they were almost 2 centuries ago. As you listen to the recordings, notice the difference between these lively songs and the slower, more genteel music of the Eastern choral societies that we listened to in our last class.
Number 47. In what course is this lecture probably given? Number 48. What can be inferred about the songs of the frontier? Number 49. According to the speaker, How do these songs compare with the songs of Eastern choral societies? Number 50. What will the people who are listening to this lecture probably do next? This is the end of the sample listening comprehension test.